Sustainable living in Edinburgh. Green property initiatives. You know what's wild? Just 5 years ago, nobody in the Edinburgh property scene was seriously talking about green homes unless you were in a student co-op with compost toilets and a solar panel made from an old satellite dish. Fast forward to now, and it's a full-blown movement. Buyers are actively hunting for energy-efficient flats. Tenants are grilling agents about EPC ratings. And landlords? They're scrambling to retrofit or risk being left behind. Welcome to the new normal. So, what's the deal with Edinburgh? Well, first off, let me paint a little picture. Picture a classic tenement flat in Marchmonk. Stone-built, high ceilings, sash windows. Beautiful, right? But also drafty as heck in winter. Now here's the twist. Instead of gutting these beauties, more owners are getting creative with sustainability. Think secondary glazing, internal wall insulation, heat pumps tucked away in back gardens. One client of mine retrofitted their 1902 ground floor flat with a hybrid heating system and managed to push their EPC up to a C. Not bad for a building that still has its original cornices. Now, let's talk about government push meets grassroots pull. Edinburgh's City Council has been tossing around the word net zero like confetti lately, and with good reason. By 2030, the city wants to be carbon neutral. This isn't just wishful thinking. We're seeing solid action. Grants for retrofitting, electric vehicle infrastructure expanding in places like Leith and Stockbridge. Even developers are getting nudged. Okay, pushed toward BREEAM certified builds. Case in point, a new site just off Ferry Road. It's not your typical boxy new build hell. Nope. They're rolling out solar panels, green roofs, rainwater harvesting. The lot. A friend of mine did viewings there and said the buyers were practically keeling because they wanted homes that future-proof their bills. Words straight from a first-time buyer's mouth. And landlords, oh boy, the pressure's on. The minimum energy efficiency standards, MEES, are tightening. One of my lettings clients owns a portfolio of 4 properties across Morningside and Bruntsfield. We sat down last December, and I was brutally honest. If you don't invest now, you'll bleed money in voids and fines. Guess what? She installed low-flow taps, LED systems, and upgraded boilers, and now her rental yields have actually improved. Go figure. But okay, here's something you won't read in Rightmove listings. Sustainability is also about community. I recently viewed a shared co-housing project in Portobello. Families with shared gardens, carpooling, communal composting, even bulk buying of utilities. Sounds niche? Maybe, but it's catching on. Buyers aren't just thinking about insulation and double glazing. They're asking, how does this home help me live better? Another little-known gem? Edinburgh's Green Corridors Initiative. Basically linking up walkable, cyclable spaces through the city, so residents can get around without hopping in the car. That impacts demand big time. Properties near these corridors, say around Meadows or up near the Water of Leith Walkway, are spiking in popularity, and yes, in value. Now, before we get too giddy, there's still loads to fix. Too many period homes are languishing with E ratings. Retrofits aren't cheap. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And there's still a gap between what buyers say they want and what they're willing to pay for. But things are shifting. Slowly, organically, like moss growing between the cracks of a Victorian patio. Here's what I tell clients who ask, is it worth it? Yes, if you're thinking long-term. Sustainable homes aren't just a trend. They're becoming a necessity. Energy bills aren't coming down anytime soon. Legislation's getting stricter. And frankly, buyers are getting smarter. So whether you're selling, buying, or just dreaming, green is no longer the alternative. It's the advantage. And if you don't believe me, just try selling a cold, damp flat with a G-rated EPC to a Gen Z couple who do their research on TikTok.